This is a Louie Tee Network exclusive.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Louie Tee, host of the Louie Tee Network, and this is One Burning Question, a series that will take a look at all 32 teams in the National Football League and pose a question. Some teams will have micro questions where we look at the team in its current state and talk about what could potentially happen for them in this season, and some will take a macro approach where we kind of open up the lens a bit and take a step back and look at it from a wide view look and perspective and talk about where these franchises might be going in the future, not just this season, but moving forward. So I'll take a look at each and every single team, ask a burning question, answer that question, and move on to the next team. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy One Burning Question. Welcome to this In the Lab Room exclusive series, One Burning Question. I, of course, am your host, Louie Tee. Thank you for joining me on this program. Today, we're talking about the Houston Texans and their One Burning Question. Let's jump straight into the One Burning Question for the Houston Texans. Can Bill O'Brien build an offense that can complete this Texans football team? It's a simple, straightforward question. I feel like this defense is light years ahead of this Texans offense. And look, you can point to one position as to why that is. You know where I'm going with this. You know my mantra, you know my motto. If you do not have a quarterback, you do not have a chance. This Texans football team right now, they don't have the adequate quarterback necessary to take this team to the next level offensively. And look, while they have Brian Hoyer, he is nothing more than a stopgap quarterback. He's the type of guy that you put in the game after you've drafted a first or second round quarterback. You want that guy on the bench learning from the sidelines, picking up the terminology and learning the speed of the game, learning what it means to be a pro. And then you stick him in the game after 6, 8, 12, or even 16 games in a season after Billy Ho has completed his due diligence. You move him out of the way, glide him to the side, and allow your face of the franchise quarterback to take over. That's what Billy Ho is in this league. Brian Hoyer has proven that he is not a consistent quarterback in this league. And let's face it, the Texans dropped the ball in the 2014 NFL draft. They had ample opportunities to get their guy, to get a guy. Maybe it wasn't their guy. Obviously, it wasn't their guy because they never took a quarterback, but they had a chance to get a guy in the 2014 draft, and they bypassed it not once, but twice. They let the Carr name pass them by because they didn't want to take a PR hit. No, we had David Carr. We can't possibly take his brother Derek. Okay, whatever. Fine, you want to pass on him because of his last name? Fine. But you still had a crack at Teddy Bridgewater, and you still had a crack at Blake Bortles, instead opting to take the defensive end out of South Carolina, Jadeveon Clowney. He hasn't been what you wanted him to be thus far, but if he is able to stay healthy, we've seen flashes of what he can be for your defense. But defense is not the problem, offense is. And so you need a quarterback, and I don't know when you're going to be able to obtain one, because this doesn't look like the draft to have to need a quarterback. And free agency is never a good thing at the quarterback position in the National Football League, although there will be some intriguing quarterbacks potentially available this offseason. Maybe a Drew Brees is available. Maybe, just maybe, a Matthew Stafford is available. Maybe a Colin Kaepernick is available. There may be some options out there for you. Sam Bradford may be available. Kirk Cousins may be available. There are potentially some guys you could go after, like a Mike Glennon, but then again, don't know if you want to part with picks or not. But there's some options out there potentially. Texans right now could use any one of those options, as it would be an upgrade over their current situation at quarterback. You look at their running back position, they need an upgrade there, okay? Arian Foster, I think, has seen his last days in Houston as a Texan. He stays injured. You heard ownership. You heard Bob McNair say, you're always injured. That was a hint. You need to stay healthy. We're tired of paying you money for you not to play football. I think this is the last straw that broke the camel's back. I think Arian Foster is now done in Houston. I like what you have at the running back position. I don't love what you have at the running back position. You have a bunch of solid backs. Nobody that changes the game, nobody that moves the needle at the running back position. You need one of those as well. And then you look at the receiver position. Look, we know what Nuke is, okay? D-Hop is a certified grade A, top choice, big time playmaking receiver in this league. All right, when you start rattling off the best receivers in this league, it won't take you long to get to DeAndre Hopkins and what he brings to the table. However, he needs a running mate. Is Jalen Strong that guy? I don't know. Normally, if you find a receiver that you love, it doesn't take him that long to get on the field. And so I don't know if it's maturity issues, if it's an injury, if this guy isn't catching on fast enough, whatever the case may be, he's not playing enough to my liking for me to feel comfortable that he's the guy that you want to put next to DeAndre Hopkins as his Robin, to him being the Batman. So I think you could use another target there. I think your tight end position is solid. Your tight ends don't scare me. I like Ryan Griffin. I don't love him. I think you got some stuff at tight end, but none of those guys, CJ Fedorowicz, none of those guys really scare me at the tight end position. You can use an athletic freak there, and maybe that would upgrade your offense as well. I just feel like this offense is lacking big-time playmakers outside of DeAndre Hopkins. And that's why this offense is so far behind this defense. When this defense is on, just like they went to Cincinnati on a Monday night, undefeated Cincinnati Bengals team, and took them down, this defense can do that. They can play at that level, but they need help from the offense. They had to do everything themselves on defense to win that night, and that's why this team is not complete. They need an offense that can match what the defense is doing, and until they do that, until they get the quarterback, Bill O'Brien, we know how those offensive geniuses think. They think that they can take any quarterback, insert them in their offensive scheme, and they'll get it done. It doesn't work like that in this league. You have to get the guy, and obviously the Texans are void of that guy at this moment. So I'll read the question once more. Can Bill O'Brien build an offense that can complete this Texans football team? They got to go get the quarterback. They got to find a quarterback that can come in here and stabilize this offense and build this offense brick by brick. You need a new running back. DeAndre Hopkins needs a new running mate. You could use an athletic tight end. These are all things that this team can use as an upgrade to make them a better offense and a whole football team. That's the Texans and their one burning question. I'm Louie Tee. See you next time.